Hello everyone, it is February 4th and today is 6 months, actually 6 months and 1 day of being binge free and sugar free. Yesterday was my 6-month anniversary of being sugar free, which also coincides with my 6-month anniversary of being binge free. Coincidence? I think not. Calories in and out matter. I know for a low carb person to say that, that sounds crazy, but it actually does. Do you know why? Because binging, I'd eat a pack of Oreos. I would tell myself that if I ate a pack of Oreos, I wouldn't eat any more that day. But in the end, I would. 5,000, maybe more calories. I could not stop. I'd go on to frosting. And how many calories are in 6 Duncan Hines frosting cans? I just have a crazy drive to eat more. Then I cut out the sugar on August 3rd. And even though I'd still eat crazy amounts of meat, my average was between 1,800 and 2,200, sometimes even a day of a little over 3,000. So my calories did drop, but it's because of low carb. I didn't have a drive to eat 5,000 calories of ground beef. So yeah, maybe 3,000 calories does sound a lot compared to the carby foods I used to eat. It's a drop. My drive to eat sugar was strong. Moderation, here's a typical binge. 1, eat just the cream inside 1 Oreo. 2, excuse my language, but fuck it, I just ate 10. Now I'm going to eat the whole package. Number 3, tell myself I'm not going to eat the rest of the day. Number 4, go buy a sheet cake and eat the entire sheet cake meant for a whole party of 20, 30, 40 people. Eat more cans of frosting. Eat a dozen donuts. And not small mini donuts, huge donuts. 1 day in June, I had over 8,000 calories. To be exact, for people who accuse me of not counting, calling you out Twitter, 8,286. People like me, we count. I had 1 piece of sponge candy that day, and that turned into a box of cinnamon rolls. 1 piece is all it took. So thanks, nutritionist, who told me eat in moderation. It was better for me to just not eat it. When I could not get a handle of my binges, I decided to binge on healthy fruit. Maybe I could stop, but I've done this before. There was one crazy time I went fruitarian and that didn't work, but I was at the end of my rope and I said, you know what, let me just have a banana. It turned into a bunch of bananas, threw it up, and then I ate a pound of dates. Didn't learn my lesson. Laid on floor, and then I said, F it. And I went to my go-to, which is typically 6 cans of frosting. But right now it feels pretty good to say I'm sugar-free, which has led to me being binge-free. It hasn't been easy. Just 4 days ago I really struggled, but then I remembered, wait, it's 6 months. Every day I get up and I choose not to ingest that poison. I string all those days together and it became 6 months. Now, this isn't to say I sometimes don't feel like I overeat, even on proteins and fats, as I am a volume eater, but it is a very different than my binge behavior, in which I was never satiated. One day, I almost ate 3 ribeyes. I think it actually ended up being 2.5, but eventually the satiety signal did turn on. Another day, I ate a lot of raw suet, but eventually my body said, hey, stop it. And I did, and I put it away. Looking at my cal count on MyFitnessPal, I usually have 1 day of the week where my calories are over 3,000. And because I keep my carbs low to 0, negligible weight movement. And the next day, usually I'm low because I'm just not hungry. So my body balances it out. If I ate 3,000 calories of carbs, I'd repeat those high cal days, one right after the other, because I was so hungry. There would be no balance. I still have to get over being afraid to eat to satiety with carnivore. Most of my feast days are 1900 to 2000, and right now balancing that out with my low days of 1000, which was naturally occurring anyways. I know it sounds low, but when my down day arrives, if I ate to satiety before, which is important, I have to eat to satiety, I'm actually fine on those down days. When I'm afraid of eating and don't eat to satiety on my up days, I gotta power through. So I'm gonna have to learn to deal with it and eat the meat on my up days. Speaking of powering through, here's my training from yesterday. Keep it minimal, and then stay tuned after to hear an update on my maintenance program. Bye-bye now. Okay, my lunchtime workout. I'm doing 3 and 3, now I'm going to do 6 and 6. And I rest for how long I feel I need to. And then do 3 and 6 again. And I do that for 20 minutes. That's it. 3, 4, 6. 6 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, rest until I'm ready to do 3 and 6 again. You just saw my video of me doing my workout. What else am I up to for maintaining my weight? Well, I'm doing 30 days of Spanish with a bit of Hebrew thrown in. And what does that have to do with maintenance? Okay, let me remind you of what my maintenance program is. I went over it in a previous video. My current maintenance program is simple, not a lot of variety. It doesn't really change, and that's the way I want it. I don't want a lot of energy going into my maintenance program. I want it to run in the background as I do other non-food focused activities. I just want to make it a habit, as if I'm brushing my teeth, taking a shower. I don't think I just do. I'm still doing the 4-3 Success program from the Every Other Day Diet by Kristen Verity. I did start out with this way of fasting, but I really liked her maintenance program in her book. The down days are 1,000 calories for maintenance, and the up days are just regular eating. For me, that regular eating is still carnivore. And I have been actually doing 2 MAD on my up days, 2 meals a day. Sometimes 1, but I've been doing 2 MAD recently. For my down days, my 1,000 calories, I'm keeping it at 1 meal a day because I just feel better that way with putting all those calories in 1 meal. For exercise, I just finished Visual Impact Kettlebell program and transitioned to a 9-week program from the Kettlebell Express book by Jeff Newport. Although I'm doing it kettlebell sports style. It's just 1 movement, kettlebell long cycle, 20 minutes only, 3 days a week. For running, I am training for a St. Patrick's Day run, only training 3 days a week, although with the snow this week, I've only managed to do 1. day of running, but I'll jump back in my regular scheduled programming next week. I'm using the Jeff Galloway program, which is a walk-run method, and I enjoy it. It makes me look forward to running, and I used to hate running, but now I love it. I usually run in the AM, and then I do kettlebells during my lunch hour. So I am only training 3 days a week, and I rest 4. And to keep me on my maintenance path to do activities that are non-food focused, I have decided to do a more cerebral goal. I will be dedicating 30 days to learning Spanish and Hebrew. After 30 days, it will be interesting to see how much I've learned. And then I'll do another 30-day goal experiment. I actually started on January 31st. So today is day 4 of 30 days of Spanish. Hebrew, I just started learning today, the 4th of February. And I want to learn it because my boyfriend is Jewish and I'd love to surprise him. So, going to attempt 30 days of Hebrew as well. Hopefully I won't mix my Spanish and Hebrew up, but they're so different that I don't think I will. So announcing it right now on April's accountability account. 30 days of Spanish and 30 days of Hebrew. The pronunciation is going to be a bit tricky, but I'll keep practicing. Some Spanish resources I am using. I'm rotating between the Margarita Madrigal book called See It and Say It in Spanish in comic book form. I like it. And I'm listening to a Spanish course from languagetransfer.com. Lots of free resources on there. Actually, I think all of them are. You can donate, and I have, because this person who put this course together deserves it. Languagetransfer.com. Check them out. As for Hebrew, I'm just downloading what resources I can. And I found a michelthomas method of Hebrew. There's only one YouTube video about it from Dr. Harold Goodman. So I did learn a new word today. Viewing the YouTube video, and I'll share the link below. The word I'm going to leave you all with is lo, which means no. I don't know how to say carbs in Hebrew because that just was not covered. So I'll just say this. Just say lo to carbs. Get it? Low carb. Shalom. Adios.